Hey friends, today I'm going to talk about trolling and really what it's become online because, like, can we even call it trolling anymore? I don't know if we can. And that's kind of the discussion I want to open up here because it's so wild. I, there is no way, I don't think, that you couldn't have felt the shift that happened in January. What a surprise. Online, regardless, it doesn't even matter. Like, I live in Canada. Like, I think though, if you are online a lot, and especially with building a business online, doing things like that, there was a big shift online because I mean, trolls have always been a thing. There's always been people that, it really doesn't matter what you post, whether it's they're having like a bad day, or they just don't like what you post, or they disagree with what you're saying, or they don't like how you look in a picture, whatever the hell. Like, there are people who can't just like scroll by something without saying something, right? And they say something rude, or they say whatever, something weird, and it is what it is. And it's like, not trolling used to be, and not that I'm saying that this is just like magically become a thing, but we didn't see so much of like the fucking wild ass crazy shit that's going on now, which I will get into. But trolling was more just, you could tell that it was like someone was having an off day. It was just like a weird comment, or maybe it was rude, but it was like, okay, like, you're going to be rude. Now it is so fucking unhinged what people are willing to say online. It has gotten like just totally out of control. And I will say, this brings in the whole free speech conversation. And I think that it's very interesting when we go there because this, it really like, it annoys the hell out of me. It makes me really mad because what is happening right now, it's not fucking free speech. Like, come on. Come on. Me saying this right now, yeah, obviously free speech. I am not out here slinging racial slurs, like hate speech, whatever the fuck. Like, that is not okay. And that's what we are seeing so much of, so much more of online, which is crazy. When what they're, well, did they take the filters off? I don't even know where we're at with that anymore, because there was the whole thing where, they had like, you couldn't say certain things and it would get like filtered out of comments and all of that. Like, does that even exist anymore? Because the shit that I see sure doesn't look like it. And I don't have my settings set to any filters, but like, I'm pretty sure there used to be things where like it would just not allow you to post certain things because they're things that, as a normal person, you just shouldn't say to someone else. Like, let's just be real. You just shouldn't. And this, it has gone wild. And I, what I am seeing is this shift that happened, and it's getting worse because we see these people in power and what they are doing. And as they continue, if you can hear my cat in the background, she just loves to do this when I'm on a call or a podcast. And then she comes and needs attention. And it is so annoying, but um, it's fine. Anyways, the shift happened because all of these people in power are doing these things and they are like normalizing it themselves. And so it's bringing out even more of all of this in online, in real life, everywhere, because it's not something that is just becoming more normalized. It's not something where it's like, no, you really shouldn't say that. Like that filter's fucking off. That's no longer a thing. It's just like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine to be totally like belligerent and just like absolutely fucked up to someone else. And it's insane. And I I don't know. I want to hear from other people too what you're seeing because what I'm finding is that it's not even there's not so much of like the trolling, it's just totally inappropriate. It's like it's gone complete the other way to complete inappropriate. And especially when we talk about things that, well, it's really anything. Like you have an opinion on absolutely anything, and it's just craziness, you know. But there are a lot of people that have spoken up about, let's say, like the Blake Lively situation. And I have to say, still fucking believe her. Well, forever. And it's still going to show that, yeah. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that whole thing today, but people who have spoken up about this, death threats. There's people like in the comments where there are people coming in there and like giving like rape threats to other, like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening in this world? It's just, it is wild that this is where we're at. And it feels like the lid has just been blown off. And somehow this has become acceptable. And yes, people were, it's not like people weren't saying these things, but now it's just like out in the open, like, no, like quote unquote normal, which it's not, but like, what the fuck? You look at the situation just the other day where that white woman was calling the 5-year old who was a black boy the N word and raised over $700,000 for herself for support for her family. Like, for what? You are in the wrong. And all of the comments on that fundraiser and the people that donated to it, it's just mind blowing. The level of hate and just the way that this has been totally like taken to another level. It is not even, I don't know, it's not, that's why I just think we can't even call it trolling anymore. It has to be called what it is. And I don't know what the solution is to getting this under control necessarily, or whatever we need to do. But like talking about it is the first thing, and more people need to, because it is so wild. Like, just absolutely crazy wild. And I mean, I've had I've had comments. I've had comments said to myself. I've had trolling comments before and like years ago and whatever. A lot of that doesn't normally bother me. Um, there are things more recently that, it has gotten worse. On one reel, I was accused of murdering babies 4 times by one person who I wasn't responding to, but they continued to say that, responding to someone else, and then called called me racist and sexist because I was speaking up for women and trans women, which is just so mind-blowing. Like it's just so messed up. It's just so messed up. And the fact that people think that that is normal, and like that one wasn't even that bad. I mean, it's not great, but I can laugh because I'm like, you missed the point completely and like did not, obviously don't get it. And it's whatever. But I've also had people tell me to fuck off and die. Like, I've had people tell me that I should, go apologize to all of the families of the people that I killed during COVID because I looked after their family members when they were sick in the ICU. And that, I should feel really bad for the things that I did during that time. Like just unhinged bullshit. And like that's not as bad as it gets for other people. And I can't really speak on obviously the racism side of it. I'm a white woman. Like I can't say how that affects other races, and other people who are not white. But I see what they are saying, and I see the things that are being said, and I cannot imagine saying that to someone. I can't comprehend it. And I posted a comment on one of my friends and a client of mine, her reel the other day. And I said, yeah, like, I don't know how we got here. And then I corrected and I said, I do know how we got here, actually, after I thought about it, I do know. And then I said, I don't know why. And I actually, yeah, no, but I do. And it just keeps being perpetuated. And especially with all of this like free speech talk and the thought that if anything is shut down, then you don't have freedom of speech. Well, you there is a point where threatening people and, being totally belligerent and, you know, just totally out of line and fucked up. But like that's not free speech. Like what world are we living in? I don't know. I question that all the time. I question it all the time. And that's that's where I think that this is really hard because people are going to continue to fight that part of it is that, well, it's free speech. I can say whatever I want. And it's like at some point, not that it, I don't know, it's a fine line because we need to be able to talk about these things, and there needs to be a point where like people need to actually act like appropriate human beings. I I don't know. And the thing is, you can't really control that because you can't control what someone else is going to do. And even putting, any kind of, I don't know what you would put around that. I don't know how you would contain that. And that's the other question about this is now that it's gone this far and people are more comfortable speaking openly like that, how do you rein it back in? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I wanted to have this short conversation because I think that it is important. And I just think that it is so crazy the way that it has gotten online. And it's so different than like the normal trolling that we would normally see. Not that there was, again, never any of the other, but it's so much more. And people are just so much more, I don't know if it's brave. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Unhinged. I don't know. They're just so much more willing to just say really fucked up shit. So, anyway, you can let me know your thoughts on that. I would love to hear what you have to say about that, add to the conversation. And yeah, let me know. So that's what I have for you today on trolling. Let's call it what it actually is because it's gone totally wild. And that's it. That's all I got for you. I do still have strategy sessions. I have a few still for May that are open if you would like to book one. The link for that will be in the show notes. Otherwise, you can connect with me on Instagram or send me a message. You can send me a message through the podcast. So send me fan mail is what it's called. And if you like the episode, give it a 5-star rating, review. And as always, go after everything that you fucking want and be unapologetic about it.